Hello, my friends. How's it going, guys? Just picked this up Saturday. Beautiful Kora. Kumbengo is the maker. 21 string instrument. Super beautiful sounds. This one's tuned kind of just like a normal major scale, F major, but it's built from that. Some Rev for you guys. So everyone's night going who's here. Hope you feel you're doing well. How's the audio sound as well? Where did you get that instrument? Kumbengo Koras is the name of the maker. It's a Kora. in G. Probably one of the louder instruments that I own. It has a lot of volume to it. Pretty fun. How is everybody doing? Let's see if I missed any comments. Oh man, my Ravs and yeah, I think it'll be fine. Ravs won't come out of tune. Yes, lots of musical instruments around. Yeah, your Rev will be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. When I was moving many years ago, I had a Rev that was being carried by somebody, and they dropped it on pavement, and it was perfectly fine. So don't worry about it. It would take you shaving off some of the steel to mess it up. Unlike handpans that are a little more sensitive. So let's see. Grab another instrument for us. Any scale requests, feel free to ask, and I will grab it for you. Also, any instrument requests too, if they're not too horrible to tune quickly, I'm happy to do that. If you guys have any questions about any of the instruments around here, let me know. Happy to chat about those. Can be divided into four different quadrants really, but there's the fundamental, which is the main note, and then there's an octave and fifth tuned on the X and Y axis. That's what gives it that full sound. If you just did a pure tone, just no harmonics at all, it sounds very much like a steel drum, but maybe even a tinier steel drum. Whereas handpans have the dimples, which help to control some of the harmonic frequencies, and also have that X and Y shape, so that you have the fundamental, an octave of the center note, and then a fifth as well. Whereas the Ravs have those tongues that are cut and they're sliced. I would say that they're both easy in different ways. The handpan has a broader area that you can strike that sounds good. But the Rav, I think getting the right strike, it's more forgiving when you first begin to play. I play them 50-50. I love both of them immensely. But they're good for different things. Some of my material that I write, I like better in the handpan. Some of my material I like better than the Rav. So it's kind of a toss-up between the two of them. I can actually give you an example of that. I'll play a song on here that I wrote called Hegemony. And then I'll also play it on a Rav, so you can hear the difference as well. This is a C chord, by the way. away and I will answer them. Song on this, and I'll play the other half on the rab, so you can compare the sound of both of them. 1 second, I will grab that. All right, so this is, granted, this is in B. The last one was in C, but this will give you a sense of the difference between the two. Oh, you love this song. Let's see, what's your handpan sound? I'm gonna go on myself. Yes, I really like instruments that have a lot of sustain and sort of that warm, I guess warm and less metallic sound to it. That's typically my favorite way. Which, make sure I'm not missing anybody's questions. Glad you like it, Abzu. All right, so here's that same tune on the rab, just so you have an idea of the difference in sound. I write music that is able to be repeated. I like to improvise too, but for me, it's a little bit more of value for me to have something that's repeatable, because it makes it feel more like an actual song and not just an improvisation. But here's hegemony on the rab. Tell me which one you like better. Yeah, I really like the curd scale is just it's such a good movement. It has kind of an EDM music feel to it a little bit, but I really love that. Probably of all of the scales, aside from the pygmy scale, I think curd has a lot of potential musically, which is kind of fun. Let me see if I miss any comments. Classic, yes, this is a classic. Yeah, it is very bright on here. But, hey, Brad, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Enjoy the day off tomorrow, Brad. I know I will. You guys want to say hello to Gracie? You want to say hi, Gracie? This is Gracie. Hello, Gracie. Gracie's 26. She's an African gray. She's a very sweet girl. You want to say hi to your friends? You want to say hi? She's very cute. Oh, do you like the music? She really likes particular scales. The B Celtic she seems to like a lot, but yeah, she's the best. All right, what have we got? I'll play a little on this. So as I was saying in the beginning, before people are really on here, I just picked this up. It's a Kora. It's similar to the Ngoni in that it is a harp. It has 21 strings. It's a gourd body and skin top. This one, this one is one that I've actually wanted one from this maker for a long time, and they're just very pricey. And I managed to find one locally that was a very reasonable price, and I was able to pick it up. So. Let's see, what did you say? You just picked it up. Yeah, I just got it Saturday, actually. Yeah, it does have kind of a medieval feel to it, for sure. Yeah, I've made Ngonis before, which is a smaller version of this. So I'm familiar with the finger position, but you kind of use your hands. Some people play it like this with their pinkies. I find for my right hand having my pinky and ring finger there. Thank you. Yeah, I have a long way to go to improve. In another month, I think I'll be closer to how I want to sound. But the spacing on it is very interesting too. It's about the width of a finger between each note. The ones that I've been making have a little bit more space, so my brain wants to go for a note. It's also not symmetrical, so like if I were to walk up the scale, it's hard to see from your angle, but I'm skipping the first 4 notes on the left side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, very, very interesting layout, but I changed the tuning so that pretty fun. Lots of learning left to do though, but pretty easy to compose on in a way because it's not all that different from a rav in terms of the layout. So once you learn one instrument, it's easier to learn to play other instruments typically. At least it has been in my case. So. All right. You guys have any particular scale requests? I'm happy to do so. Yeah, it's one that has a couple of traditional tunings, but you can kind of make it fit whatever you want. So it's not, it could be tuned chromatically, but this particular one is like an F major scale right now. But I like that it has these top lower notes, because you can kind of set the progression for the rest of the instrument by choosing notes that will work well with what you tune the higher notes. So I'm looking forward to experimenting a little bit more with the layout, because I think I'll be able to write lots with it. Journey, of course. I would be happy to do that for you. I'll grab my D major really quick. Yeah, Journey is always funny to play without my mandolin player friends. Felix here, so I'll do Journey without the second half. Yeah, the D major was my third rav that I ever got. It's a great one. I always jokingly call this one the rust major, because when I got it, they had just changed the coating on the instrument, and it instantly rusted. And it was a chemical reaction. This was like 7 years ago. And we worked something out, but now it's been kind of my instrument. I'm like, I don't really care about it, because it's not perfect, but the more you play and perform with these instruments, the less, at least for me, the less crazy I am about making them look perfect. You know, my guitar is very well cared for, but it's also something I play. So I'm okay with it looking like a played instrument. So I have that same philosophy for all of my instruments. So here is Journey, which you can find on my album Lux Natura. While I'm finishing this song, feel free to ask any questions about instruments around me or whatever questions you have. I'm happy to chat about that. This song is something that I wrote when I was out at Healed Ponds, or Healed Orchard in Pepperell, Mass. Thank you. And it always reminds me kind of a fall sunset or a spring sunset. And I've played this song at sunset more times than I can count. Just because it fits that so much. No, I didn't play the flutes yet. Happy to play some flute though. I agree. I think that's a better place for it than comparing it to a handpan, because they're the same style of instrument or same shape, but they're kind of, they have a different feel, both of them, you know. You do see a pan flute probably on the wall to my right. I'll show you guys a couple different flutes after this if you want. For anybody here that I haven't worked with before, I have some openings for this winter for new students on the RAV. I also teach flute and guitar as well, but RAV and handpan are the primary. This may sound corny. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, animals love music. I love that that they respond to that. Yes, I think animals are very much affected by soothing instruments. Gracie, who's sitting and relaxing over there too, the bird. Some things she seems to connect to more than other things. So let me see what I have for flutes behind me here. This is kind of my pile of random instruments at the moment. What do we have here? Let me find an interesting one. Oh, this is kind of a cool scale. This is very precariously perched. Alright, I don't even know what scale these two are. I think this is a harmonic minor, if I remember correctly. These are fun. This one has two drone sides, so the left side is adjustable to different notes. This is with all three uncovered. Cute little tiny flute. For a while I was into making smaller V-style drone flutes just because they're very portable. I love larger flutes too, but there's just something about this range that doesn't get lost in recordings or if you're playing outside as well. Harmonic minor flutes are probably my favorite version. I think I have a nice one over here in my flute drawer. It's problematic how many flutes I have there. It's not a harmonic minor. Yeah, my house is pretty much filled with instruments, books, and many flutes. I'll grab an assortment from this drawer. There's one in particular that I like the sound of. I'd like to find. Well, maybe it'll appear. It's another harmonic minor flute. This will do for now. Maybe it's back here. So, let's see. I don't even know what key this one is in. We'll find out. So this is like an akabono scale. Shakuhachis are tuned to a similar, or one of the key phrases that they use in shakuhachi playing is similar to this. So it's a fun one to play. Kind of a limited scale, but fun. This one is a really cool bent piece that I found. This is from last year's harvest. So I would say 1 out of 20 pieces of Japanese knotweed is suitable for flutes. You can usually tell if you make flutes out of these before you even do anything to it. If you can hit it with your nail and it sounds like hard and almost plasticky, that's a good material. Other times you can just stick your finger right through it. So, hey brother, how are you? Hope you're doing well, Cameron. So this is kind of a bent center Native American style flute. This, I have no clue what key this is in. Maybe... Could be an E or an F sharp. Probably an F sharp. This, let me look back and make sure nobody asked me any questions here. Totally awesome. Oh yeah, I make flutes, yep. All the ones I played today are from my collection of flutes. The ones I end up keeping are ones that are just particularly special to me. Or the first one I make, oftentimes I'll keep that as a key. Yeah, it's possible it's microtonal. That one was a pentatonic minor. This is also a pentatonic minor. This one is made out of Japanese knotweed, and this one is made out of sunflower stalk. So a little bit different sound. This is a little warmer. Same key. Luna is good. She just started laying again. They slow down in the winter. Oh, thank you, Jody. That's so sweet. You're super kind. Thank you so much. No, it's cool. It's cool to do live streams because I like to be able to talk to you guys and hang out. I need to be in the habit of doing them more. So thank you so much, Jody. I appreciate you. Next album hopefully will be even more instruments than the last two albums have been. I'd like to do more flute, and the next one's gonna have voice as well as guitar and handpan as well. So, oh, I should show you guys the Khen as well. Hopefully this doesn't blow out your eardrums because it's pretty darn loud. So this is a Khen or Khen. I like the Rab electroacoustic. I'm not always around electricity, so I don't use it all the time, but I think it's a really cool option for people. This is a Thai instrument. It's called a Khen, or Khen. And this one, yes, I love it, I love it. My buddy Hal Walker is one of the guys that popularized this on TikTok. But I actually found it initially through his really old video of him playing his Khen rock. Before it became kind of a TikTok hit. But it's a really interesting instrument because it doesn't make sense looking at it just straight on. Like if I were to look at this, I'd be like, this instrument makes absolutely no sense. But if you kind of look a little closer at it, it does end up making sense. But it's definitely an odd instrument. See if I can find the right key. It almost sounds like an organ. That has such an interesting feeling to it. We'll do A, B, C, A, C. Interesting. The lower the note as well. Typically the longer the piece, the lower the note. So like if I have my thumb on this, that's what's causing the note to be able to play. So if I hold my finger on A, you can walk up the scale, B, C, D, and then E, and then it just reverses again. E, F, G, pretty much repeats. So you can pretty easily play stuff like if you find the right triad to start on. Like if I was just using a, maybe I'll do Yeah, it's very loud. It's very punchy. In a recording, it really cuts through the sound. But it's cool in its own way. Not good if you have neighbors, however. But I like it. It's one of the instruments that I haven't spent a ton of time with, but I know that when I have more time to put aside, I'll be able to write a lot with it. But basically, the extent of my playing is I can pick a triad with one hand. So in this case, I'm playing A, and E. I'm not sure what this wood is. It's some Thai wood, and it's held together with this sort of tar. I'm not sure. It's made out of burnt ash and some sort of a resin. And these are bamboo tubes. And it actually uses reeds similar to a harmonica. So they're these little finely hammered reeds. And this little piece is vibrating, and that's what's causing the sounds. So when you put your finger in, you're actually blocking a note. Then that's bad. That one doesn't work. Then it's causing that to activate because you're adding enough pressure behind that note to pull air through the reed. So super cool, very loud. Doesn't sound so good through a recording, so I won't play it too much. But I just wanted to show it to you guys because it's kind of neat. Hal Walker is the guy you want to look up if you dig the sound of this, because he's the keen master for sure. What else do I have over here? Oh, this is my first drone flute that I ever made. This is ancient, so it's not my best work because it's about 15 years old. But I was super excited when I found this material because I had been looking for years for material that was big enough to use for a drone flute. And I found this. I believe this one's in G, but it worked the first try, and this is when I wasn't very good at flute making, so I'm super proud of this thing. I've kept it even though it's not the best flute in the world, but it's kind of a historical piece for me. Yeah, it is very smooth. By bad, not good, I mean that I have to control my breath a lot. On most flutes, if you've done a good job of getting the balance between the pressure here and the fipple in this area, you'll be able to push harder and not have it jump octaves. So on this particular flute, if I push too hard, it jumps into the next octave. So I have to be really careful to not put too much back pressure. Whereas on this one in particular, I can push a lot harder and it won't jump. It will if I push really hard, but. And you can hear there's more air behind it. People like breathy flutes sometimes because they give you a little more room to not push as much air through it and still have a nice sound. So that's what I mean by quality. Okay, we'll play a couple more things. I recently got a hurdy-gurdy, which probably sounds horrible through through here, but I'll tune it up and so you guys can hear it. I don't know. This turned into a world music stream apparently. Maybe I'll mute you guys for a moment so you don't have to hear this. You should get hey Doran, what's up? I would love to get a band story sometime. I'll have to talk to you, Cameron, about oof. pretty intense. Okay, she's gonna string instrument tune. Yeah, you know, tuning is one of those things. I don't mind it either, but to people that don't tune instruments, it's not the best thing to hear. I do have a Fujarador that I made many years ago, but I think it's in storage right now. It's a PVC Fujara, kind of like Nadoshana's one that he plays sometimes. Yeah, it does have a bagpipe sort of sound to it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the hurdy-gurdy. It's a cool instrument, but it definitely has a lot of punch to it. Still learning that one too, but fun nonetheless. Okay, what other weird instruments can I show you guys? This one's kind of cool. This is a halusi, which the Chinese New Year is just the other day, so I guess a fitting instrument for that. This uses the same system as a free reed instrument, just like the Khen that I just played, that instrument behind me. This uses the same concept, but there's only 2 reeds in here. One of them is the drone, and the other side, this is just the drum. And the other side is the octave and melodic section. So. And this, in the movie, I think it was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This was one of the instruments that they featured a lot. Also the bawu, which I don't think you can see, but it's up in the top left corner there. And that's played, similar concept, but it's only 1 reed and you're playing it kind of sideways like this. Super, super beautiful instrument, very unique. I will grab us another instrument. Maybe I'll play something on the rad. Yep, it uses a gourd. Oh man, so there is the down. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The bagpipe has one of those drums. Still have all the numbers on from my last big group class on Long Island. Sometimes when I'm doing a big class, it's easier just to put the numbers on it and using my tab system. So, and again, if anybody has a RAV and is interested, I have some openings for this winter and spring. So I would love to work together, work with people at all levels. So this scale, the story behind the Marmara scale, this was something that was sitting in their warehouse for a long time. And just in getting to know them, I said, hey, if you ever have a scale that you've made that you weren't in love with or you didn't know what to do with, I'm happy to try it. So I ended up, they told me about this one. I said, oh, just send it to me, I'll give it a try. And I tried it and I fell in love. And it was just a fantastic scale. So I convinced them to make it and offer it. And here we are now. So with our last couple minutes, I will play this. Any last questions, feel free to write them. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. There we go. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the donation too. I appreciate that. This is one of my other favorites off the last album. see if there's any last questions. What is the oldest instrument I have? Oldest Rav, or just oldest instrument in general? Probably my oldest instrument would be my guitar. I'll show you guys my guitar real quick. Sometime I'll play that as well. I have like a million albums of guitar as well. So this is my guitar right there. And this is my handpan area. Oh, thank you, Abzu. That's so nice of you. This is my instrument area here. Some Ravs. The newest instrument I just got, the Kora, is my current newest instruments. Scale-wise, the electroacoustic Rav or this other one are the two that I just got. I can show you the newest one real quick. If we have time, I'm going to put you up here, actually. Get myself out of the way here. Actually, this is the newest instrument. Yes, I do. Clearly, I teach music because I have a house filled with instruments. So this is the newest instrument that I have. I lied to you guys. I'll show you because I think you'll like it. And then I'll go. So this, I forget the name of the maker, but I was gifted this at a musical convention that I played at. Actually, it's by Freetones. But it's kind of neat because imagine like a xylophone, but with these resonator tubes. That's the most news. Yeah, it's kind of like people call it, what's the name of it? Like a Glockenspiel, I think is the German name for it. Really nice. It was a very nice gift. But it's neat because if I were to cover the bar underneath it, yeah, oh yeah, I'll definitely be using this more. Do you guys like seeing these other instruments? Because I focused so much on the Rav and Handpan just because that was so marketable for so long. I'll start doing more of these other instruments if people are interested in that. Okay, cool, deal. That's good motivation for me to share more of that material too. So cool. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you got to find a balance between the things that. All right. Yes, I have. I was actually supposed to go to Russia 2 summers ago before everything locked down and play some festivals for Rav. But yeah, Germany's on my list. I'm hoping to do sort of a European music trip. Maybe not this summer, but hopefully next summer. I'm going to be freeing up my schedule a lot this year. After this summer, I'm solely going to be doing lessons and performing and probably selling instruments at that point. But yeah, Ravs are still my favorite too. But so yes, I have. I also lived out of the country when I was younger, so I grew up in Antigua in the West Indies, probably where I get the love of the steel pan from. So, but yeah, also I'm doing a cross-country performance. Small things, nothing big. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. So if anybody has any venues or friends with venues across the U.S., I'd love to add you to my journey there. I'm probably in July for 3 weeks. I'm going to be driving from here to Florida and then to California and all across the U.S. So So if you have connections, you want to hear some music or host me there, let me know. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out. You're the best. And I will see you hopefully very soon. Thank you guys. And thank you everybody for the donations too. That was super kind of you. South Florida. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna be in Florida for sure in July. So yeah, be in touch as well. If anyone needs my contact info, it's all in my bio for my website. Might not be on this video, but I can add it. But just search Rewildyoursoul on all of the social media platforms, and I'm there. My email address is also on my website, rewildyoursoulmusic.com. So be in touch. I'd love to play some music for you. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay well. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks, Christina.